That's what makes people pull for characters, when they're actually badasses in the story. Makes them way cool. They're like, fuck, like, ah, he looks cool, our spikes looks cool.
Back.
The motherfucker out here
wanna cup of
single-handedly saving Fontaine.
How can you be so much like Wriothesley, always drinking tea?
Huh. Actually, now that you mention it, I just remembered something now.
Your teeth
While I
poisoned.
was sedated, I could still barely hear two people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves to the water and even the teacups themselves.
Must have been Wriothesley and 𝐂𝐎𝐿.
No.
Yeah, I heard one male voice and one female, so it should have been the two of them. They really were just talking about brewing tea.
I really can't make sense of this place.
A fucking fortress.
Traveler, Paimon,
Not even a prison,
were
it's
you
straight up
able
a
to learn
fortress.
anything from Wriothesley?
Yeah, he explained everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations?
You feeling better now after getting shot in the back of the head by a child?
I took the time to rest, so I'm feeling a lot more relaxed now.
Nobody else is around, and Miss 𝐂𝐎𝐿 is also busy with something or other. So let's just talk here.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself 3 questions. Firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into the sea. My theory is, the long-lost primordial sea is probably very close to the fortress of Meropide.
Ooh, he's good. He got that right on the first try.
That's our Lenny.
Secondly, Wriothesley's attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. He ignored us completely at first, then suddenly roadblocked us. Why? I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning, he probably ignored us at first because he was hoping we could find Master Child for him.
Did you start looking for the Forbidden
What's
Zone?
more, the Fortress of Meropide is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to 𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿 Neuvillette. Wriothesley is basically the king of a no-man's land. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the two factions are pitted against each other, Wriothesley will be free to move between the parties of interest. If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the infirmary, but I just can't think of what it could be.
You're super smart.
Thanks so much. Then finally, there's the last question.
What is it? Now what is he
If
working?
Wriothesley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature of the seawater. He's even gotten Cloran to help him out. That can't be the full extent of what he's doing. There's probably a secret passageway behind the block in the infirmary, and there's something big in the fortress that most people here never get to see. He has a bargaining chip, and it could be important enough for Father to deal with him directly. I don't have enough information, so I have no idea what his chip might be. But let me guess. You have the last piece of the puzzle.
I do. Oh, I guess we just say.
I can't believe it.
The sea will engulf everyone. Just like the prophecy said.
Could Wriothesley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this crisis? If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations, and she truly wants to resolve the crisis. But how could Wriothesley have known that?
Or perhaps he didn't know, and just wanted to bring Father over to his side? Which could be why he said he just wanted to negotiate.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. I'll figure out a way to pass this on to our Father. No matter what, we're on your side. The two of you have already aided us far too much. We probably wouldn't be standing here right now if not for you. If you ever need anything else going forward, please come to the House of the Hearth at any time. Though you may not share the sentiment, after all that we've gone through together, the three of us basically see you as family now.
That's not good.
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting Linny when it really mattered. And thank you for sharing the secrets of the
Interesting,
fortress
it's
with
not a
us.
choice to
We didn't think you were going to
tell
do
them the
it.
secrets or not, but I would have done it
Why are you
anyways.
being so formal all of a sudden?
I would have done it anyways because I think it's gonna take all of the damn factions together to save this shithole of a city from sinking into hell. You can't have them pitted against each other.
Given your strength, you might not need our help at all. But if you are ever in danger, we will try our best to protect you.
Aw, the sound of that makes Paimon feel all warm and safe inside.
That was not warm and safe.
Paimon's hungry.
Jesus Christ.
You've done so much already. Go get some food.
Alright, then we'll catch you guys another time.
Well, look at his audience with father.
I feel like I should try to become someone more capable of helping.
His voice is
You're
familiar.
incredibly helpful. Lenny thinks so too.
Yeah, you two are always telling me not to push
That's what it is. His
myself,
voice reminds
but
you of
aren't you
Chi-Chi.
just like that as well?
Like he has the same speech pattern, but male. Like the I wanna build a snowman, or I wanna build a fence.
Time to go.
He has the exact same inflection. I want to help someone.
It's time for dinner. Welfare meals now being served in the coupon cafeteria.
I wish they played that before.
Come on, let's go pick up ours as well.
That is still funny as fuck. Welfare meals being served to the cafeteria.
Over here. Are you here for dinner too, Miss Cijwin?
And I'm taking the opportunity to prepare Miss Cloran's dinner as well.
It's gotta be purple.
You're right. She's actually sitting in the fortress cafeteria.
What would you like to eat?
We can choose? Are we still prisoners?
Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like.
Tastiest stuff we have now.
Me too. Don't forget Paimon.
No problem. Just leave it to me.
Terrible.
So delicious.
The shakes taste genuine, so free dinners are absolutely the best.
Is this how it feels to be freeloaders? Wait a second. We did do plenty of work after all.
Feeling
Kinda.
full yet? How's the food?
Delicious.
I still want her to be evil. It would be great if she was the evil character.
I'm so glad to see you all so happy. Oh, see the expression on your face just now? The muscle here just moved, which suggests that you're feeling quite relaxed at the moment.
Cijwin, do you do this to help your patients or to better understand human beings?
A bit of both, I suppose. I'm a Melazine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I want to take good care of you.
You're really good at taking care of people. Even though you're so short, you still talk and act like an older sister.
Even if you're so short.
Really? You're reminded of an older sister? That's great to hear.
Oh, and what did you mean back in Risley's office? When you said that you were protecting Linny and his siblings as well.
Oh, that. I just asked His Grace to look out for those children, especially that diver boy. I was getting a bit worried after hearing that something was wrong with the water. Thankfully, Clorand is very strong and managed to save him in the nick of time. His Grace also sealed the pipes after Clorand left, to make sure that Linny wouldn't impulsively chase after his brother. Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards there to stop anyone from approaching. They were instructed to only open the door once Miss Clorand had returned. Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linny as well. We had to press him, but we couldn't allow him to be in any real danger.
Couldn't hit that present. Oh, you shot his ass.
Considerate and really thought everything through.
It's just what we do down here at the fortress. At least this has been His Grace's style for as long as he's been the leader.
Very abrasive, but very effective.
Oh, Monsieur Nervula would come down here more often too. I feel like he'd like it here, with all the darkness and chaos.
Yeah, would he like that? That doesn't make sense at all.
Get a good night's rest, you two. You both worked very hard.
Makes sense. Bro, we don't. Yeah, can we talk to Cloran? So what's good, Cloran?
Cloran!
Ah, it's you two.
How's dinner?
It's alright. Miss 𝐂𝐎𝐿 really put in a lot of effort.
So we heard that Wriothesley invited you to come down to help, and you saved Fremenade too! You sure work super fast!
Oh, it was child's play.
Still, Paimon didn't know even champion duelists could take on side jobs.
Why would she not?
And why aren't
She's
you
like a
eating
mercenary.
with 𝐂𝐎𝐿 and the Duke? Won't you get bored eating by yourself?
Miss 𝐂𝐎𝐿 was with you, and the Duke has business of his own.
Actually, didn't Navia say that you went out for dinner with her as well?
Yeah. First time in a long time.
First time in a long time? So you mean you've gone out to dinner with her in the past?
No, going out to dinner with someone.
Past. Yes.
Oh, okay. Wait.
You seem to be enjoying yourselves here.
In the past? Like before you killed her father? Were you a friend of the family? I guess they're the same age, so probably.
Things will be getting messy at the fortress soon. Don't run around unnecessarily.
What does that mean? How does she know that? What does she mean by that? Things will get messy at the fortress soon. Don't run around unnecessarily. Didn't we solve all the problems? What exactly could be getting messy?
So much has happened. Paimon just feels absolutely exhausted now that she's finally relaxed. Paimon's super sleepy. Are you sleepy too?
Yeah, can we get out this fucking fortress? Bro, dead ass, she just went plank.
Delicious. Paimon wants seconds for free.
How they sleep next to each other? I speculated how they slept in Sumeru. I thought it would be either they slept like this or slept in a cross position, or they would sleep with her at the foot of the bed like a dog. But no, they sleep back to back.
Out of my way! Get out of my way! What happened? Why is everyone running? No idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking!
Who's yelling? Paimon still wants to sleep.
What is that sound? Yeah, we need to get going, Paimon. Oh, water leaking and a loud, blaring alarm
Time to
sound.
go.
Well, she said things are gonna get messy. Things will get dangerous. Things will get...
What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye!
No time to explain, mate.
Hey, wait! What's wrong with these people? They won't even talk to us.
You don't hear the loud, blaring alarm and people are running for their lives?
Yeah, there you are!
Oh, thank goodness!
Oh, they got us. They came to find us. That's actually nice.
Maroon, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong just now. His Grace is telling everyone to evacuate and get out of here. Laveroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully completed.
That's
you
actually
can only find out once you do a head count that 1 or 2 people are missing.
That's actually really nice.
Wait,
They
what?
came to
You're the
find
one
this.
who brought that up? Why is it suddenly my idea?
Hey, shut up!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us.
Outwards?
Yeah, he said to get as far away as possible, upwards and outwards.
How's that work?
Oh no, it can't be that thing!
Whoa, wait, what? What? Hey, where are you going?
Get the hell out of here,
We
man.
have to go find the Duke! You two just go and get out! Go on without us!
Hey, hey! Be careful!
I'm glad they came to find us. That's actually nice.
Attention! Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible. Attention! Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible. Attention! Please evacuate upwards and outwards.
Oh, people actually run with you. Okay, that's
If
cool.
you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
I know someone said there's unique dialogue for everyone that goes.
Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at
His Grace has asked everyone to evacuate outwards as quick.
attention, please evacuate
Oh, is that just like a... Like it's the lock thing. The lock
His Grace
thing.
has
Okay.
asked everyone to
That's actually
evacuate.
big shit. That's cool. You see all the prisoners running.
Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
And then I think there's unique dialogue for certain characters if you go around the entire perimeter. But we don't got time for that. Oh, you left it open, bro. That's not good.
Time to go.
They're here.
Just like I said.
We have it!
Huh.
You're just in time. But be ready to run.
Homie Shen had it.
Three, two, one.
Even freezes, I don't think they'll hold it
This
for
won't
much
hold
longer.
it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense.
How exactly is an Electro Gladiator gonna hold back this game?
The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
Cutscene goes hard. And yes, I talk over cutscenes instead of letting them play out quietly. You can watch it on YouTube if you want to see it quietly.
Neuvillette, why are you here?
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House immediately. Farina will soon be meeting with the knave there. You must protect Farina, and make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with her.
Alright, bro. We can do that,
Will
but you
do.
need to head down there.
You have my sincerest gratitude.
Yeah, he was already on his way down. He knew.
Time to go.
Uh-oh.
Look! There are a ton of Fatui and Palais Mermonia people over there! The knave is probably here already. We need to hurry!
We have a dead Archon in our hands in a couple
Are you
seconds.
two the traveler in Paimon? Monsieur Nervalet has left instructions. Please follow me. Though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a mostly cordial conversation, unlikely to give rise to violence. But it would be most appreciated if you could protect Lady Farina to the best of your abilities.
No problem. Most likely won't rise to violence. Fatui's #1 enemy in the Hydra Archon. Yeah, I'm sure this will go swimmingly. Look at that smile.
Oh, so you two are the honored guests Miss Farina mentioned.
Of course, of course. How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely and unbecoming of my station.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the Knave, one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers.
You want your accomplishments? We know your kids. We also fucked up most of your men.
I've already prepared seats for you. Come, sit beside me.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we had the time. See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every day. Here, why don't you and Paimon have a taste?
Yeah, she's batshit insane, like the rest of all the Fatui.
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
I think Paimon agrees too. It's quite tasty.
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Farina and I.
I doubt he said that.
I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing. I'm really worried about his safety, you know. Here's to hoping that he's an excellent swimmer.
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial prowess really looked certainly pretty impressive, yeah.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Child was subdued by 𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿 Neuvillette right in front of you. Against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. I must express my admiration for Monsieur Neuvillette.
We managed to find a lead on his whereabouts, though.
Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier. As you well know, a long time has passed since Child disappeared.
Yeah, like fucking 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
Well,
or in this case, 4 months.
We know
somehow.
for sure that Child is still alive.
Oh, and just how do you know that?
Because we found evidence that proved he left the Fortress of Mirapede.
We also have his vision.
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
We have no idea. We have his vision, so we know he's still alive. Oh man, why is she
The
speaking?
fortress of Meripede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must have had to swim for it. Do you have any proof that he surfaced safely?
No, well, we have his vision, which is still active, which means he's not dead.
Ah, that is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately unavailable, I picked it up on his behalf. Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time in Snezhnaya together. I'm currently admiring the scenery on the streets in front of the opera house. Is it something like that?
Why don't we just show her the vision?
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are accurate, it doesn't matter so much how it's written or how it's worded.
That's not right at all.
Huh?
Hold on. The water in the teacup is shaking.
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come, Miss Furina.
Huh? I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
The Hydro Dragon.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
That animation be clean.
A day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day. This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe. This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
So someone condemned him to death, but it wasn't him.
All right. Seems like the problem inside has been suppressed.
Let me guess. We're safe for now.
Indeed. But only for now.
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
Very well. It was indeed just as you said.
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now? That's just how the courts operate.
So what gift must the loser give? Tea?
He already has tons of tea in his office. I'm thinking about a set of legal codices.
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
That was obviously a joke.
Well, I'm out of here.
Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld, correct?
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Mermonia for long.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui Harbinger.
It did not.
I must say, we've spent long enough playing house. Miss Furina, as the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that's what I originally thought. But looking at your expression, was I wrong? And you haven't a clue?
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontanian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. Do you really think that's acceptable? The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Hearth have devoted everything to saving their homeland.
She's not wrong. Everyone is.
It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have utterly failed to take action.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop doubting the wisdom of the gods with such absurd conjectures.
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thoughts right now. Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the people you've sworn to protect supposed to survive in a land that will soon disappear beneath the waves?
I have
good reference.
Ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, you have no right to judge me. Fontaine will be saved. Even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on as I am, I will be able to hold my head up high!
Then I
mean,
ask you,
that's
Miss
cool,
Furina,
but she doesn't have a
just what
solution.
Have you been working on? Where can we see it, and what is it doing to help?
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves at the fated time. It is just that beings like yourselves are unable to perceive them as of yet.
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eyes. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential? Such as your emergency response plan for the impending disaster?
An emergency response plan?
Oh, that look in your eyes. Have you not even prepared one of those?
The emergency response plan is also strictly confidential.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Furina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal? And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Farina. I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium. But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on, oh great Hydro Archon? Oh, right. I almost forgot. 𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿 is not at the tea party with us today. Miss Farina, I suppose you must have ordered him away to take care of some troublesome business.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly right. Please keep it a secret for me.
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Farina, you seem quite insecure without the 𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿 by your side. Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so please, help yourselves, everyone.
Yeah, he can. He literally just did. Yeah, she is being truthful. She has no idea what she's doing.
I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the 𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? Those who work hard deserve gratitude and praise. You too, Paimon.
Thank you. Paimon will take you up on that offer.
Damn, bro. She got beat.
Super full. That cake was great.
If it's on my tea table, it must be of the highest quality. Yes, and we must thank the knave for bringing these over as well.
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss Farina's table. And I was merely catering to Miss Farina's tastes.
Sure, the cake was on it too.
To chat over tea. It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day? There are still a few matters that I need to take care of, so I must take my leave now.
Very well. We'll end it here.
Mind seeing me off, traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss Child before I must be on my way.
Your friend Child got sent into the Oblivion Orb.
Paimon's coming too!
Wow, this failed miserably. God damn.
The tea party turned out to be even more difficult than I'd imagined.
Difficult than you imagine. You failed miserably.
Why are you looking at me like that? Is something the matter? If there's nothing urgent, then I shall be retiring for now.
You folded like a damn omelet, bro. Slightest bit of pressure. Cracked like an egg. God damn, I got the daily thing there. I guess you can see the fucking... I'm playing this game at 2 in the fucking morning. Whose office is this, bro? That should be kind of peaceful. Can we go back in there anytime we want? Has this always been here? Oh, jeez. So he got infected the second he went down. He didn't seem like he was infected when he came out. Interesting. I like these new automatic doors, but that should be kind of fire. Like that's only us.
Go!
God, bro, one of the worst fucking abilities in the game. Right, so she doesn't have a plan. They've called her out for not having shit
I'm
for
glad
nothing.
that you were willing to come with me. Of course, Child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
Yeah, she doesn't give a flying fuck. What'd you want to say for Tui scum?
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude.
There's no need. You're gonna die by my hand anyways.
That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal settings.
Thanking these informal. Nice to know.
I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Linny, Lynette, and Fremine are still there, and I trust their judgment and abilities.
You shouldn't. They got
They've all
fucked.
been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them, especially Linny.
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Linny's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others, including me. By the way, and you can just consider this a bit
It's
of
true.
idle gossip.
All he had to do was call the
but
father,
what's your
and they would have
impression
won.
of Furina?
Not
You are
very good
outside of our
Archon.
disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily. Allow me to share my perspective with you.
Like that, I like her eyes.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the fortress of Meripede.
Declared guilty and immediately transported. Was declared guilty, jumped down, got his ass whooped, and then transported.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused? Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any preparations?
No need. I will take care of it myself. I need to meet with Furina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
Oh? Come over here, you little critter, you!
She got a bad ass, bro.
You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Furina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit suspicious. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment it was attached to the hook, the bait is meant to be sacrificed. It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon. In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
Interesting. She can sense that?
What are you trying to do? Please don't kill me! I'm begging you, please!
The fear in her pupils is genuine, so perhaps she's not bait after all. Either way, targeting her has lost all meaning. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Furina dares not mention this incident to anyone. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Furina quietly cried alone. She was so scared that she could not sleep that night, nor could she even bring herself to eat her cake. There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. Perhaps 𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿 Neuvillette is actually the genuine article. I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have been hidden in a place that's hard for ordinary people to access.
Yes, Father.
My dear children, please speak.
News from the fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that Wriothesley.
So it's not underneath the fortress.
I'm afraid
That's
so.
where the Ark is. And the Aura Trace
This is a good
massive
opportunity.
Indendium.
The value of a
It could be
Harbinger is
in
much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the Fontaine authorities. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and 𝐂𝐋𝐀𝐓𝐃𝐓𝐄𝐃. Oh, and I have an additional mission for you three.
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse, I can ask for an official audience and continue my investigation of Furina and 𝐂𝐋𝐀𝐓𝐃𝐓𝐄𝐃.
I wonder if
the initiative belongs to
I
the
said
House
before,
of the Heart.
I feel like Gnosis is
My wish
inside
to
Neverland.
investigate the fortress of Meripede will be a front. Lenny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gathering.
I'm glad we get to see like her backstory, but like, why? Like, we just get to see all of that for no reason. This exposition. Like, there's no context-wise why we would have known all that. That's information that the traveler doesn't even know.
Lenny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything from you.
I guess she told us all that.
You attacked the Hydro Archon?
Okay, so she was telling us that.
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Furina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened.
Alright then.
I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Furina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that 𝐂𝐋𝐀𝐓𝐃𝐓𝐄𝐃 must be the Hydro Archon, but now, that doesn't seem right to me either.
Yeah, he's the fucking Hydro Sovereign.
I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether 𝐂𝐋𝐀𝐓𝐃𝐓𝐄𝐃 or Furina, neither fits the bill. It's hard to imagine either of them as the Archon. Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification.
Nor are they correct.
It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface. It looks like Fontainians will have no choice but to save themselves.
Continuation of the theme of the game, the humans will have to save themselves and the gods won't do it for them.
Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else.
Shut up.
Should the need arise, I would be happy to cooperate with you.
Look at that!
You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday.
Interesting. That's what I like about this, that the Fatui aren't the big threat in this situation. They're the goddamn saviors, essentially.
He certainly returned quickly. You must want to catch up with each other, so I'll leave you to him.
Neuvillette, is it over?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that sooner or later the prophesized events will occur. Thank you for protecting Furina.
What the hell happened down there, bro?
To put it simply, I used my power to force back the Primordial Sea and reseal the sluice gate.
Okay, so how do we stop it from rising permanently?
So as expected, the knave has turned up the pressure on Furina. She's trying to feel her out, though I'm still unsure as to her motives.
Should we inform to her that he was attacked? That she was attacked?
Permission granted.
Whoa. It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon, right? But that's just a speculation on our part, though. You can't tell us? Then that's okay. We can talk about something else. We won't try to force you. You guys in Fontaine are super strange.
Yeah, they
If
are.
by the phrase, you guys, you are referring to Furina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics.
What did you sense in the fortress? Did you plan to protect those that need to be defended?
I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Huh? Why is it raining all of a sudden?
Do the thing. You're not crying, are you?
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking?
Oh, we just gonna say it? He's the dragon sovereign of water.
The dragon of... what? Huh?
Please do not be so surprised. Furina? My apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the dragon sovereign of water, right? Well, if you don't want to confirm or deny...
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
Right, of course. We'll definitely help you keep it a secret.
But we met 𝐿𝐻𝐻 before.
There's still something Paimon wants to ask you, though.
Please, go ahead.
Where's the Gnosis?
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, and you were able to force back the primordial sea from the fortress, then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to solve the crisis?
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood. They say that when the first usurper arrived on Teyvat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
So the Gnosis are derived from the dragons.
Elemental Archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Oh, so even you can't solve it.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient history, you are welcome to discuss them with me at a later time.
Well, that's pretty good.
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another visit to the Fortress of Meropide? Paimon is a little worried.
Sure, bro.
We'll see you another time.
Take care.
Well, they confirmed it. That's good. Jesus. I want to see if he does his idol, does it actually stop it from raining? No, it doesn't actually stop real rain. What the fuck, bro?